righty, all righty, all righty.
What's happening? What's happening?
How we darn? How we darn? How we darn? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Rapping Dog? What's up, Gator? Say what's up in the chat if y'all are here. Huge love. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I want to know what everyone had for dinner. Tell me what you had for dinner, or if you've even had dinner yet.
I haven't had dinner yet. No.
Well, obviously we haven't. It's only 10 a.m. here.
I haven't even had breakfast yet.
I know. GG's. We see some YouTube members in the chat. I love that.
Sure. Yeah, we did get the opportunity to update. If you guys are YouTube members or are looking to be YouTube members, we did update a couple. We were only able to upload 2 more. So we have the Pikachu one, the Pikachu face, and the Andy Reid dabbing.
Dab on him, Andy.
Yeah, dab on him, Andy. So the more people that sign up later on down the road, the more emojis we can get.
Yes.
So just look out for those other emojis.
Yeah, and huge love to everyone who signed up yesterday. I just wanted to bring this list up. So yesterday we had 5 people sign up to become YouTube members. So I want to give you guys a shout out. Shout out to Daniel, John, Drusif, Danny, Josh, and Dak. Wait, that's 6. Someone must have joined overnight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's incredible. I think it's Danny. Shout out to Danny.
Oh, nice.
But guys, if you're curious,
notifications.
I just look at the monetization tab.
No, I said I wish we can get like notifications.
Oh, okay,
like,
right.
Even like when we're offline, people.
Right.
Anyways.
And I just wanted to show you guys what the YouTube membership looks like. So it's this little join button. So you should probably be able to see a join button on your stream right now. If you click join, you'll see a couple different tiers. This one is $3 US. This one is $5 US. You can see you get the custom emojis. You also get your loyalty badge, and obviously your badge grows. The first one is the baby goat, then the kid goat. After a little while, then you get the adult, and you graduate to the golden goat there at the end. The vets one is very similar, but you also get access to early access to videos. So check out that join button there, and just another easy way to support the show. So really appreciate the love, appreciate the support, and yeah, like we've said before, I mean, the only time that we make any monetary value is from your guys' support, so it means more than you guys know.
Yeah, huge love. Thank you so much for always supporting. And for people that are just here in the chat, honestly, and maybe you don't have to sign up, you guys are still supporting us by
for sure
joining us here. So all love. I see everyone in the chat. John, Drew, Jamar. Yeah, it's all love. Jasmine, Daniel, I think we said that. Josh, all these people that are in the chat. What's happening, y'all? Yeah,
appreciate y'all. And right now we have 24 people in the chat. Thanks for joining us. If you have yet to drop a like, go ahead and do so. Drop that like. Let's see what we can do today. Let's see how many likes we can hit. I actually want to see Badaki eat dog food. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see happen. I had to shave my beard. He needs to still buy his what jersey is it again? Eli Apple Giants jersey.
Eli Apple.
So but we also have a mock draft tomorrow. Or sorry, a real draft tomorrow, Badaki.
Real draft tomorrow.
With our Delta League.
Our Delta League, a couple of really good people in that one. Let's say some names here. I know I can do team names. I can't do people that name. I know I have team. I see D Lawrence, Casey, my bull Zach Ertz is on that one. Ravers, Crank Statham, the Don Degenerate Goats, Pokey, Deltron, and Scary Hour.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry if I miss anyone, or if I butchered your name, but that's everyone in the Delta League drafting in less than 24 hours from now. We'll be drafting right here, right now.
Yeah. How did Daniel get a taco in the chat? I don't know how I did that.
Maybe there's other emojis that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Like we can use our emojis.
Oh, can we? Oh, hell yeah.
That's kind of cool. That was me. That's funny. I didn't know that. There's a shrimp too.
That's funny.
That's kind of cool. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So Jasmine said that she had buffalo chicken and mixed vegetables. I love that. Dak had ribs. Gators having leftover pot roast and potatoes. What's up, Devon? What's up, Dak? Pikachu over Charizard? Explain.
Well,
I actually don't know. I don't know enough about Pokemon.
Pikachu is just a meme. Like if someone gets, yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah. Steven says, how do you guys feel after the high of the draft? I feel great, honestly. I really like my team that I was able to put together there. Really excited for the future of that team. So yeah, I'm excited. It makes me excited for tomorrow's draft as well.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be very exciting because tomorrow is going to be a whole different thought process, a whole different team. Obviously, everyone knew that I sold my first 3 picks for 2023 first. I have 5 23 first in this past league, and I still have the 11th spot in Delta League. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different tomorrow. What that is, I still don't know. I'll be honest with you.
Still figuring it out.
Still figuring it out. I'm just gonna ride the wave.
Okay.
Not the best idea, but hey.
Let's see how it works out for you.
Let's see how it works.
All right, guys. So if you want to join today's mock draft, it is actually relatively simple. Join the Discord with the link that is in the description. And then after that, it's a free-for-all in the Dynasty mock draft text channel. Okay. So we are doing a rookie draft today. Well, shout out to Josh in the chat. Drusiv's here. I can't wait till people go from the baby goat all the way to the golden goat, because the golden goat is pretty badass. I think the baby goat is pretty cute though with the pacifier. Yeah. But Aki, you have the link. Why don't you go ahead and send it in the chat there?
Yeah, I'll send the link here.
Sorry, go ahead.
Super simple, super easy to join. The link is in the description below. Join our Discord to join one of these mock drafts. Click on the Discord link, join it, and then all you have to do is go to Dynasty Damage channel. There's a Dynasty mock draft sub tab within that. You click on that, and that's where I always post the link. Okay, so there's no different way around it. You just go there. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna post that here in the chat right now. Everyone.
Kenny says, can't buy a running back in a startup. I'm in people reaching for RBs. Yeah, then hopefully that presents really good value for wide receivers and quarterbacks. Jerome says, hey, thoughts on vetoing trades? I'm a commish. Someone just traded their 312, 503, 704, and 1104 for a 23 first, the 901, the 1003, and the 1503. I think this blows the league up. I'm leaning veto. So I'm assuming these are startup picks.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And to be honest, I'm not a big advocate of vetoing trades. For at least for us in our follower leagues, we try to have as little power over vetoes as possible. We want all the power with the people. And I think what's hard because I'll say this, we've only ever vetoed one trade, and that was literally because it was a pick for pick swap, and like it was just a worse pick for a better pick, and it was multiple rounds. Like that was it. There wasn't like any justification of it. So
yeah,
the issue is that there will always be trades in your guys' leagues, in redraft, in dynasty. There will always be trades that people disagree with, that they don't like. The biggest question, though, is did the people who made the trade, were they of sound mind? And
they know exactly what they're doing.
Did they have a strategy? So for me, no, I don't like vetoing personally. I just think as a commissioner, you really want it's like I've had to have these conversations so many times because I commissioned so many leagues. I'm just like, guys, like I know it sucks, but it happened. Like I don't want to take the power away, and some people have to learn the hard way. They have to make bad trades and learn the hard way. It's funny, anytime in our home league we had someone new play, we were like, all right, time to take advantage of them.
100%, and that's literally what I was about to say. I was like, maybe you should. I mean, not to sound rude, but like I always say this to our friends too. Like, you should be upset to yourself that you didn't take advantage of this person and was able to take it. Maybe it ruins the league for a couple weeks.
I don't even think that trade ruins the league, though, to be honest.
That's the thing, and not this trade in general, but like maybe a trade is really bad. You know, it's like, damn, maybe like he's gonna make his team hella powerful. But then when you really think about it, every time we thought a bad trade that leaned one side happened, when you really look at it in the long run, it's that's so normal. Like, what the hell? There's so many things that can happen. Scenarios, people can get hurt, or
I'll say
someone
this:
can get cut, someone can get drafted.
I'll say this: there's obviously more value on the 312, the 503, and the 704. There's no doubt there. That's not the question. But I think setting a precedent for your league that, hey, there are consequences for your actions. So if you make a trade and everyone thinks you're dumb, that's your consequence. You need to learn, you know? So like I just don't think, like, we're all grown men or women. We're all grown humans, and like you gotta have some consequences for your actions. And it can't be, once you open Pandora's box, oh, let's veto on this one. Let's veto on this one. Let's veto on this one. So we're not big fans of the veto. All right, so we've got 12 people in here. We are doing a rookie draft. Shout out to everyone who has joined us. If you have yet to drop a like, show some love. Let's see how many likes we can hit tonight with your help. We are doing a Superflex startup rookie draft. 2 minutes on the clock. Take as much time as you want. We will try to keep up. There goes Brees Hall at the 101. We'll try and keep up with the chat. We might not be able to keep up with every single comment, but we'll do our best.
Let's get it going. Okay, Brees Hall, Drake London.
Brees Hall, Drake London, Kenneth Walker. You know, I think after Brees, you're gonna see a lot of different variations from 2 to 7. And I'll say this again: if anyone hasn't joined us yet and they are doing rookie draft soon, if you have the 1-2, the 102, I feel like it's a really great time to trade back. For me, the value in the tiers of players from the 102 to the 107 is almost identical. I feel like you're getting the same tier, the same talent. And you can also get really good draft capital in the future if you make that move. So if you have the 102, I would be very open to trading back. The only caveat there is, of course, if you are really wanting to lock up another RB, because Kenneth Walker, you know, we don't know, he's so volatile. But if you have the 102, it's a great time to trade back, in my opinion.
I agree. Great time to trade back. So we're going to see what happens. Brees Hall, Drake London, Kenneth Walker, Treylon Burks, Kenny Pickett, I go. Garrett Wilson, and then Jameson Williams. J-Mo.
Williams. Yep, that's right.
You're on the clock here.
Yeah, so Burks is my wide receiver 1, but you know, I don't think London is crazy. I think they're both going to get a ton of opportunities. You went Pickett. You want to talk about that pick at all? Which, by the way, I drafted Pickett last night. If you guys were able to watch our Dynasty startup draft, that was really fun. Our real draft.
Yeah, I think in a Superflex league, I think you have to go Kenny Pickett here. So I have him my solidified 102 in this draft.
Wow, okay.
I do believe I think he will be really successful. The team that he lands on, the head coach that he's with, and Mike Tomlin, even if he doesn't start immediately, there's opportunity for him. Najee Harris, George Pickens that they drafted, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, you know, and there's just so Pat Fryermuth, Najee Harris. Come on, like, how can he not be successful? And he has to really, really tank it. But hey, anything can happen. But I do believe in a Superflex. Kenny Pickett is my 102. All
right, then we see Garrett Wilson and Jameson Williams off the board. For me, there's a pretty clear answer. Chris Olave. I prefer Chris Olave as a talent over Garrett Wilson. A lot of people don't like that I say that, but that's how I had it before the draft. That's how I have it after the draft. I actually like Chris Olave's landing spot better than what Garrett Wilson got. I think he perfectly complements Michael Thomas. So I'm going to go ahead and take Chris Olave here at the 108. And Jerome said, appreciate the help. Pandora's box is probably a great comparison. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer. Of course, I hope that helps.
No love, all love, man. Appreciate you.
Josh says, fair warning, I'm drafting with my home league in mind. Okay, I love it.
Sorry, brother. Yeah, do your thing.
Gator says, are you guys doing a different stream for the other mock draft or a new link to the draft? We will be doing a different stream. So we do have a PPR redraft mock draft right after this stream. If you guys want to join us, go and open up in a new tab or whatever. I'll paste a link there in the chat. We will be doing a redraft mock after this one today. So there goes Sky Moore at the 1-9, Christian Watson at the 1-10, Jahan Dotson at the 1-11, and James Cook slips into the first round. How are you feeling about James Cook in the first?
It makes more and more sense if I have the 112 and I really need James Cook or want James Cook, depending on my team. I am more than happy to take him there. You know, I want James Cook over Dameon Pierce. I want James Cook over Rachaad White in the running back room. Obviously, there's probably better talent like a George Pickens, like maybe a David Bell, depending on how you see him. I don't think David Bell is more talented. It's a different area, but that's what I would do. You know, like what's the 201 and the 202? It's not that big of a difference from the 112.
Yeah, if you need a running back, I'm not opposed to taking James Cook there. You know, for me, I do think that Pickens is a better talent long term, but I don't think it's a terrible move at all if you do need a running back, because if you're at the 12 and you only have the 112, the 212, the 312, then you're probably not going to be satisfied with the running back that comes back to you. So,
exactly.
George Pickens at the 2-1, I love that value there. And I'm starting to fall in love with the landing spot. At first, I was hesitant, and I still think it's going to be a slow burn, but I do like the landing spot.
I think it's a three-headed monster there. I think it makes sense. George Pickens on the outside, Claypool on the other side, Deontay in the slot. I think that's okay. There's so much talent on this team. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We just got to wait and see how it all unfolds with the quarterback with either Mitch or Kenny Pickett. And I think it's going to be Pickett, but who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so we just saw Trey McBride go off the board. Now, Badaki, I don't know where you stand here, but for me, that's actually an entire round too early in my rankings.
Completely agree.
I have Trey McBride as my 302, so I would feel more comfortable with him here. I've said this before, but I just don't think that we are going to see a breakout tight end year one. And maybe we will, but I couldn't tell you who exactly it will be. You know, with McBride, Zach Ertz was just signed to a 3-year deal, so he's going to be good in the NFL, but will his value be worth more than the 203 next year? I don't think so, you know?
I don't think so as well, and I think that's the tough part about it. Excuse me. Yeah. I think it's a tough part that it's the depth chart and Zach Ertz, so it's going to be very interesting. I hated the landing spot. He could have gone anywhere else, please.
Yeah. Well, I don't hate the landing spot long term, but it's just going to be such a slow burn. And you know how it is with Dynasty. You know, every 6 months, people's perceptions are changed if players don't live up to things automatically. There goes Malik at the 2-7. You know, I've been very, very vocal about a certain player, that being Alec Pierce. I've been very vocal about how much I love Alec Pierce. I'm actually comfortable to take him as early as a 201.
Okay.
So for me, Alec Pierce here at the 208 feels fantastic. I'm not worried about the landing spot. I actually like the landing spot. You're telling me he landed in an offense that was top 10 in scoring last year, and he went from Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan, who Matt Ryan has supported multiple top 12 fantasy wide receivers in multiple different years. And I should be worried about the spot? Why? Because Alec Pierce and Michael Pittman are slightly similar in builds? Well, yeah, but Pierce also has some speed that Michael Pittman doesn't have. Michael Pittman's probably a stronger wide receiver as a whole. But, I mean, at the 208, this feels like really, really good value for Alec Pierce here. One of the best hands in the class. So I'll take him here at the 208 easily.
Yeah, strongest hands. I like Alec Pierce. So it went Trey McBride, Rachaad White, David Bell. Rachaad White, very interesting now with backing up Lenny there in Tampa. David Bell, a guy I truly believe in. He could be a great wide receiver too. Then that offense with Deshaun Watson, Dameon Pierce, a good guy to get opportunity immediately. Malik, Alec Pierce, Desmond Ridder, and Tyler Algier. One thing I would say is that I'm leaning more Desmond Ridder over Malik. I think the team, how they're building, I think they're one step ahead to make Desmond Ridder more successful. At least, let me rephrase that. An easier pathway to be successful compared to Malik, even though, hey, they just traded for Treylon Burks. They got Treylon Burks there and they drafted them. So it's interesting. That's just how I'm feeling.
Can I tell you my issue with Desmond?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't have true reasoning behind it. It's just a feeling. Like
I think it's actually pretty easy to explain because for me, here's how I look at it, which I think this is how everyone should look at it, to be honest. Malik Willis is by far a better talent. But if you're talking about instant return, so who's going to get a chance to start year one? Desmond Ridder, to be honest, guys, he's almost locked in to start year one at some point because the Falcons aren't going to be a good team. They're going to have a high draft pick next year, and you want to know what you have with Desmond Ridder. So Desmond Ridder, even if we're seeing Marcus Mariota play really well, Ridder's going to get a chance to start maybe halfway through the year because you want to know what you have in Ridder if you're going to have a high draft pick. So for me, yeah, Ridder's probably going to be the instant return, or you're going to know what you have with your pick earlier. But I still think Willis is the better long-term play because he does have a chance to really sit behind Malik. He's in a good offense, and I don't know. So Ridder, you can take him earlier, but he could be out of a starting job earlier. He could see instant success earlier. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of view it.
Yeah. I'm seeing the chat. The one I picked up on tribute is an insane storm where Matt tornado's going to come through where I'm at. Hey, man, stay safe, bro. That's crazy. Stay safe, man. Tornadoes are always like wild to me. When you see them, it's like, I don't know. I guess you grew up in the Midwest, though, so that's a little bit different. Like, you're kind of used to, like, tornado warnings and stuff when you were growing up. At least that's the expectation. I could be wrong, though. Like,
I mean, every house in Kansas City has a basement, so. In the Midwest has a basement, just in case there are tornadoes. But
does it actually save you, though? Like, I don't. Yes. I just don't. I know that's so random, and
that's what the basements are for, to save you from tornadoes.
Like, how? Why? What's the difference between one floor? Because the basement is just in the ground where, like,
the basement is made of concrete, and it's got the earth completely around it, so it's more stable. Whereas your house is typically made of some wood, and some sort of. I don't build houses, but it's not made of concrete typically. I guess some are made of like brick, but still, it's not like a concrete slab. And also, the earth is completely around your basement. It's in the ground.
Right.
So
okay.
it keeps your house a little bit more stable. Well, it keeps that room more stable. Whereas a tornado can just rip through most brick houses. So okay, that's your lesson on tornadoes, guys.
I literally know nothing because I'm from New York, so like none of that shit happens over there.
I'm from Brooklyn. Can I tell you about the first time I took a train in New York? I remember I sat down in New York, right? I sat down on the subway in New York, and then literally as I sit down, I hear someone say, "You want to die today?" And he pulls out a shank, and I'm like, "Oh my! I am in the wrong place." And it was all because someone pushed someone when they were walking through the train. He's like, "I'll die! I'm ready, motherfucker!" He pulls out a shank. I'm like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" Like, take me back to Kansas.
Take me back to Kansas.
So Shakir at the 3-1, Wandale at the 3-2, Spiller at the 3-3, Davis Price, Brian Robinson, Zamir White. You dislike or really like any of these picks in the third?
No, I think this is all great value. It just really depends on who you believe in and who you believe can get the value later. I'm glad Brian Robinson fell to me because I like Brian Robinson long term more than Isaiah Spiller, and it's just. I think everything's okay. Shakir, Wandale. I love both of these guys. We just did a video on both of those guys. And then you did a video on Price. So all very, very interesting. Great value guys in the third round.
Steven says, Zach, that's why we can't have nice things. So, Wandale's interesting because, the 302, I feel like he should be going, I guess, 210 to 302 feels comfy. So, I think Brian Robinson is a good pick there because, we're going to release a video soon as to why I think that. But let me look at my rankings here.
He was my next best available player right there. So
who is my next best available? That would be Sir Romeo Daubs. Where is he? He's all the way down in Sleeper's ADP, but I feel pretty comfortable taking him here at the
What's the depth chart really look like?
End of the third. The depth chart is super weak. We got like guys like Sammy Watkins, Lazard, who's like decent, but Never really turned out to be that guy. Amari Rogers. Hey. Okay, Paul G. Thank you for the sub, my guy. Appreciate you. Welcome to the community. So Romeo Doubs feels like the better pass catcher at this point than Christian Watson. Obviously, Watson is the far better athlete. He needs to develop into a better pass catcher, but I'll take a shot on Doubs here at the 3-8, especially with the history of Green Bay developing mid-round wide receivers.
Take a shot for me. Whoa.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm actually from New York. I was born and raised in Brooklyn and then moved to Florida for my high school years, lived there. And then after that, I moved to Australia where I met Zach. We did school here together. And then we lived together. Shout out to Rams for life. Appreciate you, man. Just seeing that right now. We moved together, lived in a house called 18 Cornbean, and we got an 18 tattooed on us. Now we got the 18 tattoo. So kind of like a little frat, I guess you can say.
Where you 1/8 at? Where you 1/8 at?
Where you 1/8, bro? That should be yeah. That's an investment property in the future. All the boys, we live with like 12 boys. We're gonna buy that house, and that's just gonna be the getaway house for all the boys.
Maybe that will be the fantasy hub.
The fantasy hub. Have you watched Are You the One? It's like a show where they have to find their perfect match, and there's 12 or 22 different couples, or 22 people, 11 couples, and they have to find their perfect match. And they always say, "I'm gonna go to the boom room," which like obviously you're gonna have sex. And I was like, maybe that could be the boom house.
Okay.
Nice little getaway. Go with your wife.
Lexi Blackpink says happy hump day. Happy hump day to you. Robert says in Ohio we get some tornadoes. I know Kentucky had a really bad tornado that killed several people last year. Tornadoes can just leave a wake, man. It's real sad, man. It is real sad what tornadoes can do. Trevor says looking to grab guys like D Pierce or Mechie post draft. What should I be looking to give up? To be honest, I think the 2023 second round is looking better than this second round. So if you're looking draft compensation, I just don't think anyone like who drafted Pierce or Mechie is going to want to trade them now, you know, because they just drafted them. They want to see what they got. I wouldn't send a 2023 second, but a 2023 third isn't enough to get those guys. You know, it's such a weird place. That's a really hard question to answer, actually. Let me look at my rankings and see who I have kind of around those players. So did he said Mechie and Damian Pierce? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find the comment. I can't really find it.
So Mechie, how about players like a Hunter Renfrow? I'd rather have a John Mechie. Like a Rondale Moore, I'd rather have John Mechie. Like a Tyler Lockett, long term, I'd rather have John Mechie. Adam Thielen, Jacoby Myers, Robert Woods. Those are some names that come to mind for me if you're looking to trade for Mechie. How about Pierce? You said Pierce. Guys like Ramondre, I'd be comfortable to move Ramondre, Michael Carter, Ronald Jones, Devin Singletary. So hopefully that helps. I hope that does help. Okay.
You're on the board, by the way.
I'm on the board. Hassan Haskins goes at the 312. Danny Gray at the 4-1, third round pick there from San Francisco. Really interesting, really intriguing to see what they're going to do with him. Tyquan Thornton at the 4-2, which is amazing value, Patrick Surtain.
Amazing.
I like that. I like that pick. We just made a video about him. It will release soon. Velus, Jelani, Keontae Ingram. I love the Keontae Ingram pick. Kyle Phillips, and then Snoop Connor.
Snoop Doggy. Dog.
So I'm on the board here. Let me look at my rankings. So Jelani's obviously off the board. Is Zamir White gone?
Zamir White? Yes, he is gone.
He's gone. Okay. I think Beatty is Kyron gone.
Kyron.
Beatty's gonna be my pick here. I know that depth chart looks a lot less appealing now with Mike Davis. Someone could still get cut from that running back room. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Mike Davis if he's, looks like he did last year. So I'll take Beatty here. With the injuries that have happened in that backfield, I liked his tape out of college. Short back, but real strong. So I'll take a shot on him at the end of the fourth for sure.
Yeah, that's good. I like these guys. Taekwon Bayless Bayless a great value there at the 4-3. Jelani Woods, a guy I would have taken if he was still available. Him falling to the 4th round, I think that's good value as well. Kyle Phillips, obviously, in the Snoop, like he said. Jake Ferguson, a guy Zach absolutely loves. They could see some workload coming here really soon if they do not re-sign Dalton Schultz. And then Greg Dulcich, the big G.
Yep.
Guess I'm trying to. I keep wanting to say Dulce.
Yeah, we released a video about what was that video? Was that Taxi Squad? It was our Taxi Squad video.
Taxi Squad, and it was basically all a tight end video, a tight end Taxi Squad video.
Yeah.
Because I did 2 tight ends there. And then Tyson Chandler. Ty Chandler, yeah. And Jerome Ford goes here in the last pick. So some good opportunity here for some people going in the 4th.
Yeah, I do like Jake Ferguson. You know, I just think he's the heir apparent to Dalton Schultz there. All right, I'm gonna catch up with the chat real quick here. And by the way, if you guys don't know, we are about to do a redraft mock draft. Okay, so you can see this link. I'm gonna paste it in the chat. So go ahead and open this up in another tab, because we're about to do this redraft mock draft here in a second.
I'm just gonna go live there so people have the opportunity to
Jason says Thornton turns like a yacht. That's actually really funny.
I know, that is funny.
I like his speed. We'll see what happens. Ramondre for Pierce, kind of surprising there. Yeah, I would send Ramondre for Damian Pierce. I didn't have Ramondre as a super high ranked running back out of last year's class. I think he's done really well with what he's given, but with the backfield there in New England, it's just even more confusing now. And I think Pierce has a really clear pathway to get some opportunities, and I think his value will be higher soon. Dak says, my brother married a famous Aussie yoga lady, Katie Brower.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
18, throw it up. I love it.
18, you already know what it is.
Who had the best draft? Oh, I think it's really to be honest, it's like if we're gonna say who had the best draft, it's team 1, but that's because it's a linear draft. You know, you can get the best player in every single round pretty much. So I mean, you can't say someone who got Breece Hall didn't have the best draft day. That's why these are so hard to grade necessarily, because you know, it really is about what position you get for most of the time. Yes, Jerome Ford has fallen significantly, unfortunately. I think that was probably one of the worst landing spots we could have seen Jerome Ford land in.
100%. It's terrible, but one thing I always say is that there's opportunity. I think Kareem Hunt's contract ends this year. This year or next year, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a long game. But this offense is going to change, and maybe he is somebody that can take over the Kareem Hunt role if they move forward from him. So we'll see what happens. But there's still a lot of depth on that team, so it's unfortunate.
Do you see what Sleeper says here?
What?
Sorry, I'm just reading the text. It says he had. This was in 2021. They said he had 215 carries with 1,300 rushing yards, but only 1 touchdown on the season, which is not true at all. That is completely false. Didn't he put up like 20 touchdowns?
It's just mistakes, you know. Oh no, my membership go. Josh is already on the other stream. Yeah, we don't have the membership thing there. I wish there was a way to link it. We're gonna set it up on the other channel, but so you guys can have the opportunity if you want to sign up on the other one as well. But I wish there was a way to link both channels. Yeah, so like
we're trying to figure out if there's a way, but I don't think there is.
I don't think there is a way right now. I hope maybe we should inquire that on YouTube.
Yeah. Hey guys, we had 48 likes on the stream, which is amazing. If you're out there and you haven't dropped a like yet, go ahead and drop a like. Help us hit 50 likes here on this stream. And we are about to go into a redraft mock, okay?
That's
so
right.
I will copy this link and I will paste it here in the chat. I will spam paste it. So if you want to join us for a redraft mock, if you want to hang out, join us over there on that stream. And we will see you there in a second. So peace. Have a good one. Appreciate you guys.